Don't be a lazy sales rep. When I was closing deals for an offer, one thing that was super, super important was the human connection. The way the offer worked was they came in as leads through YouTube advertising. They would opt into the funnel, VSL funnel, just like everybody knows. After opting in, they would watch a video explaining the process, doing a little bit of a training, explaining how the service could help them, and then they were offered to book a call. After booking a call, there was some automated texts, automated emails, things like that. They got on the calendar. Then boom, they showed up to the sales call where I got on, conducted the call, either closed them or didn't. And one thing that made such a massive difference on the success of that funnel wasn't all of the automations. It was a human element. It was, did I jump in quickly enough and connect with that person? A lot of sales reps that I speak to, they don't want to take the time to add in the human element. They're looking for more and more automations. How can I take myself out of this process more and more? And it's hurting a lot of your close rates. If that's you, it's probably hurting your process. It's hurting your close rate. It's hurting your show up rate. It's hurting everything. And for me, at least, one thing that I saw was the pre-call and how quickly I called them. Not only how quickly, but if I called them at all. And I tested this vigorously on this offer. And I would not call people who booked on my calendar and do like a 5-10 minute conversation. And some people I did call on my calendar and do like a 5-10 minute little conversation before we had our scheduled appointment. And I noticed the difference in show rate was people that I did call showed up at about, 70, 80%, sometimes even 90% of the time those people showed up. Overall, it fell somewhere in the 80% range. And the people I didn't call would show up like 60% of the time, 55, 60% of the time. Which even just that right there, that metric makes a huge difference at the end of the day, even all things being the same if you close at the same rate. But not only that, but the people that I got on the phone with, I would close at 60%. And the people I didn't get on the phone, I would close at like 35, 40%. Something about talking to them, breaking the ice. I even had like a little one pager that I would send them that explained like the program and how it worked, and then had a bunch of social proof and testimonials with it that I would make them open up on the call. And I would say, hey, check this out before we talk tomorrow or whenever it was scheduled for. I would make sure they had the Zoom link. They knew it was on Zoom. They were available, or they knew I was giving them a phone call, because some of them we did Zoom, some of them I did over the phone. Just having that 5-minute conversation made that big of a difference, 60 to like 75, 80% on the show rate side. And then on the close rate side, 40 to 60% on the close rate side. So increasing both of those two things allowed us to absolutely smash that offer. But it did take work. We've got 5-6 appointments booked in the calendar every day. You've got 4 appointments booked in the calendar every day, whatever the number is. Calling every single one of them, having, a 5 to 10 minute conversation with each of them, and then going and doing your calls for the day, and then, managing your pipeline, doing follow-ups if you need to. Yes, it can be a lot of work, but at the same time, it saved me a lot of time, because the days that I didn't do it were the days that I was waiting for calls that just weren't coming, or calling people that just weren't answering. So if you want to immediately inject some sales and higher show up rate in your process, and you're not doing pre-calls, if you're not adding any kind of pre-call human element to your process, add it in. You won't regret it. It made a big difference for me. I've seen it make a big difference for the other offers that I've coached on or been on. Trust me, it'll help. Hopefully that helps. I'll see you tomorrow.